We love music. You are locked into Six Towns Radio.
We've got Ryan from All the Young on the phone. You all right, mate?
How'd you do?
How's you doing? I'm all right, mate. I'm all right.
Good.
You're back in Stoke. You've started the tour. How did the first night go?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. It's great. We always do pretty well in Wrexham, so yeah, there's a good amount of people there. It's a good start. Yeah, we're really happy with it so far. It was funny though because the gig we did before Wrexham was Byron Bay, so that was a bit of a shock there. But just happy to be back on tour, mate.
Yeah, and of course back at the Sugarmill. When was the last time you played at the Sugarmill? It's a while ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's funny, all the young have never played the Sugarmill, and we played it in new education.
Yeah.
All of us individually have played it on many occasions, but all the young, this brand new shiny package has never played. So yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Good first for us. If you can call it that.
Yeah, I know you haven't played there, as All the Young was on about when the last time you were there, because last time you were in Stoke was Keele. You did King's Hall before that. I think you did a gig at the Underground as well. So yeah, as the
that's right.
All the Young a first time, so it's going to be smashing tonight. Sold out as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're really excited. We can't wait for it.
Yeah. How's Jack? I've heard he's had a bit of a detox session.
Yeah. I think it was the ruining of him, mate. It doesn't suit him. He's forgetting his phone. Honestly, it was terrible, mate. We were all just waiting for him to get back on the beer, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. He forgot to do an interview on Monday. I didn't know. What a lad.
Exactly. I didn't even know about that either. That's terrible. Just ring me from now on, mate. I've got my head on.
That's it. Yeah, I will do, mate. I will. Last time we actually hooked up was at Vestal. We had a chat at Festival.
That's right, yeah.
And you stole that show, tell you, that tent. I was in for a few shows in that tent, and the turnout, all the lads at the front were singing We Are All Young all the way through. Yeah. Oh, it must have been so good for you.
Yeah, it was. That was kind of the last hometown gig, really. That's what that felt like. Definitely, it was amazing. And the Chelmsford show the next day was great, but that one was. It was absolutely mayhem. It was one of those shows where when he finished, I was like, "Did that just happen? What's actually going on here?" It was crazy.
Yeah, I said the same thing. It's probably because I was a bit drunk. That just happened.
Yeah, I think I was as well.
And then it was off to Australia, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that was an experience and a half. That was.
Yeah, a month in Australia. And
crazy.
Some people go to find themselves. Did you find yourself while you were there?
Well, you know what? I reckon it'd be a good place to go and find yourself, but I mean, I found myself there, so I mean, I couldn't imagine living there, but it's strange. It's like Britain in the middle of a paradise, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like a lot of British culture quite big over there. Everyone loves the Antiques Roadshow for some reason, and everyone loves when you find out you're English and stuff, they love all that, that chintzy, sweet English vibe,
Yeah.
So it was like another world completely. They've got their own sports with the AFL, their own music scene. Found loads of bands that I've never heard of unless I'd gone there. And yeah, because it's literally just on, just right down there on its own. It's just, it feels like another world completely. It's a really mad experience. Really good though.
So I bet you fit in quite well, being a typical rock and roll British band.
Yeah, in some towns, most of the towns, yes, but we played the Gold Coast, which is like really. It's a small, beautiful part of Australia. It's just underneath Byron Bay, but it's quite like it's their version of the countryside. You know what I mean? Everyone's very local and stuff. And we got in a bit of trouble with some like local surfers who just like the kind of lads who just alienated with life. They've got it too good over there. It's too peaceful and too hot. they just walk around really angry. So yeah, they were giving us a bit of grief one night. So. We're from Stoke, we are. We've seen it all. We're not scared of them.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, you're writing songs for your second album at the moment as well, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, that's what we've been doing since we got back. That's going really well. We've done about 10 now. I think we've done 10. We've got 11 finished. Hopefully, it was nice to have another 11 finished, and then try and pick and choose from those ones, and not leave ourselves with too much to do. But it's going really well. I'm really happy with it.
What's the time frame on that? Have you been given one?
It's funny because I'm going to go and make a label and stuff like that. I've sent them these 10 songs, that the band have finished and completed. So I'm going to go down there and have a meeting with them in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll probably know then. I mean, they keep the cards close to the chest, and like we say, they might say we've got 10 streamers. They might say God, this is worse than I don't know. Think of a bad second album. But to be fair though, we're not struggling with writing at all, because the first album, some of those songs have been around since we were like 18. So it felt like I was recording them we were recording them for the fourth or fifth time. So this record, it's so far just demoing. It's been a lot more fun because it's all new territory for us. So I'm really excited. Excuse me, because I'm really excited.
Yeah, so are we. You'll have to let us know, because what you've had in the pipeline, leading up to this new tour and everything, you've put out the B-sides onto your website so people can go onto YouTube and look at the B-sides. But I was thinking, what is a B-side nowadays? Because you got downloads. Is a B-side a song that you just don't release?
Yeah, I mean, and we're playing one of the old B-sides as a full band on the tour now at the War, and everyone thinks it's a new song because they haven't heard it. Do you know what I mean? They've had the single off iTunes or Spotify. I mean, on Spotify, your B-sides are still there, to be fair, so you can hear the War on Spotify, but it says it's a strange one. The B-side is, I wouldn't say it was dead, because it's, all your hardcore fans will know him, but it's a strange one because buying singles was so, it was all, at one point it was bigger than buying albums. People used to sell 400,000 singles, so everyone would hear the B-sides, but it's, they'd be pretty under the radar for most people nowadays, so, but I think it's good to have them there. We'll always do them. Yeah. We'll always do them.
Yeah, I think now, when a band's got an album to release, they put a single out there as a taster for the album, don't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I think we'll definitely do like a preliminary single. That'll be after this tour, I think the next step for us, while we're finalising the next album, will be a single and a video, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And that's what's planning. We know that there's a couple of tunes that we'd like to use for that. So it's all go, mate, it's all go.
Fantastic. A couple of people have been quite vocal on Twitter. I know you've probably joined in with this yourself. People like John McClure and Tom Clark on about how radios aren't playlisting rock and roll as much as they should be.
Yeah. I mean, it's a funny one. They base the audiences on demographics, don't they? And which is like Noel Gallagher had it right for me. He said in the fashion industry, things just come out. If something's new and edgy, it just comes out, or something's good. People just, fashion just lands in your lap. It's like the general public don't have much of a say in it.
Yeah.
General public nowadays have a lot of say in what gets played on the radio, which I'm sorry isn't always a good thing. It's hard for bands now. It really is. It's hard for bands. We got into Radio 1 and XFM and things like that, but not as much as we would imagine we would have done. And there's bands, even bands like the Rifles, who are, they're a big band, they are, and the XFM don't even play
Don't talk to me about the Rifles. Don't talk to me about the Rifles. Right, I was supposed to have Luke on the phone half an hour ago, and it keeps getting transferring machine. I love those guys, though. They're at the Sugarmill next week.
But it's just, it's even what I'm trying to say, though, is even the big bands, for whatever reasons, are struggling with radio play and stuff, so it's just, I wouldn't like to go out there and moan too much, our band got signed when it did, and whatever's going on around us, we're not really in control of, but XFM are really good to us and stuff, and you guys have been really good to us as well, so it's a funny one. I think one day radio's going to completely change, and I think, well, it's kind of already is. It's getting a lot bigger on the internet, and I think people will start tuning into stations a bit like yours as well, a bit more than maybe some of the mainstream ones, so it's a funny one, really.
Yeah, you've said it. I think a demographic now, they're after this ideal person that doesn't exist, who's 24, who shops at Top Man, who's got a stupid haircut, whatever they're looking for, they find this certain person. But, you've mentioned that. Bands like The Enemy have come back, John McClure, you mentioned the Rifles and the Twang. It's, they've had new albums out and I've hardly heard it anywhere.
Exactly, yeah, and the Twang album's really good as well. Fair play to those boys, because they got a lot of stick for the second one, and it's not, they got more stick than it warranted. It's not, I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but it's still a good album. You can't say the things that were said about it, and it's, it's a funny old game. It's been like the bands in the past, though. What music scene now, it reminds me of that really crap era. Well, I wasn't alive at that era, but like the really crap era before punk music, in the kind of mid 70s. A lot of the pop, I was talking to me folks about this, and he was saying a lot of the pop music then was really poor quality. And you know, when punk went off, it was a kind of a reaction to that. So, you know, let's have another punk movement time up for it, Diane.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to sort it out.
Yeah, that happened in the 80s, well, late 80s. There was all the Stock Aitken Warm and stuff. So that's how the rave scene came out of that, as something that was underground and fresh.
Exactly. So it's one of them. I think, because it's been a rough couple of years in the music industry, but I get the feeling it's going to... It always swings round. It's got to swing round, and you know, I think Jake Budd getting so high in the charts was a little bit of a sign of that as well. I thought that was really good for him, because he's not from a privileged background like a lot of the bands are these days. There's a lot of you know, there's a lot of music that I can't relate to as much, you see, but he's gone straight to the top of the charts. Just a lad from Nottingham, you know, and that's a good sign. That gives everyone hope. That does. Well, I hope it does anyway. It's a good thing. So.
I've seen today...
Yeah, let's have a change, eh?
Yeah, I've seen today that the vaccines have said that the X Factor is an okay route into the music industry. What's that about? Why are they saying things like that?
Oh, dear.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes I find myself watching that show, you know, purely just because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting sometimes, but it's not an okay route into an industry. It's demeaning and embarrassing for a lot of... There's a lad on it this year, that James Arthur. You know, he's a bit of an Ed Sheeran. He shouldn't really be on that show. And every time I see his face, I just think, mate, he shouldn't be doing this. He should be playing clubs in London, you know, with his acoustic guitar and trying to get signed. That's what we had to do, and that's what he should be doing. Do you know what I mean? He shouldn't be on that show.
Well, the name of the show says it all. X Factor, you should have the full package: the look, the image. You should be able to play music. You should have stage presence, not just sing.
The best thing about him is the bits that are missing, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like Sean Ryder, he can't sing, but he's how cool is he? You know what I mean?
I saw him at Vestal, and he's cleaned up so much I didn't recognise him.
Yeah, he has. He's off all the naughty business, isn't he? You know, it is AJ. You're gonna have to be, aren't you? You're not going to last them much longer. I don't blame him for that at all.
I don't know. Something's keeping Keith Richards going. I don't know what it is.
I think he's on special injections from the government, Daddy, to keep him alive, like Mr. Burns in the Simpsons.
That's good. Quickly, before you go then, the tour, are you going to let us know anything about the set list? Are you going to give us anything just before you go on stage tonight? Because we've got loads of people listening.
We're playing the War, and go on, sorry.
We've got loads of people listening who are going the gig tonight, and they might want to know a little bit, but not too much. Don't give too much away.
We're going to play the War, and we're really happy with that. That's like, you know, that's something we've never really done, and people have asked us to do. And we're playing another new song, and I'm not going to say anything else.
Good man. Great support as well. Ruby Dukes were on Radicals Rising's lineup last week.
Yeah, we always like. I mean, we've got a lot the band. We've got like the lads on in the Northern Leg, but we left this show just for the Stoke bands, because if we can provide them with a crowd, it's nice to give something back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And Youth It, of course.
I'm looking forward to watching you.
Matt from Agent Blue. Yeah, great stuff. They've been playing, you know, quite a lot on Six Towns. Yeah. And Substitute. Yeah. So it's going to be a good night. Thanks a lot anyway, Ryan.
He's going to be on the roof afterwards, yeah.
That's it. That's probably where you'll see me. You won't see me at the gig. You'll see me on the roof for a drink after. I've got to do a bit of work later on. But thanks for coming on the phone again.
Well, make sure you come and say hello.
Yes, definitely. We could have talked about Vale, but I thought, you know, you've only got about 10 minutes, so we'll leave that for another day, mate. Yeah. You take care.
Okay, mate.
We're going to play another Miracle, but cheers, mate. Enjoy the tour.
Cheers, mate. Cheers for calling. Thank you. Bye.